What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Random Ramblings. I'm Jerome.
I'm Nick.
And I'm the one they say that does not have blowjob eyes.
All right, and today we're watching
You!
Soldier Boy, tell.
Today we're talking about You, Season 1.
Oh, sorry, we're not doing it anymore?
Jesus Christ. Episode 2, The Last Nice Guy in New York.
No Taylor, huh?
No, I think she forgot
I
about
think
it.
she forgot.
She invited a
She
friend over
literally
and
forgot.
sitting in a
She
room.
hates us.
Oh.
She walked up to us and said, if I do another fucking podcast with Hess, I'm going to beat the living shit out of you guys.
She told me.
Wow.
We were like, okay, dude.
She's like, I'm not doing a podcast with you.
That was good.
All right, let me just turn off Nick's mic.
Or, I'm not doing it with him! Oh, no.
Jesus fucking Christ. I gotta bring back my horns to counteract you guys.
We're off the rails already, baby.
We were off the rails before we started.
I know, that's what I mean.
I want to ask you guys before I forget, because I was thinking when I was watching this episode, you know how he has Benji in his little basement the entire time?
Yeah.
Do you guys think you're capable of keeping, like, say, like, you knock someone out and put them in your little, say you had it, like, built how he does. Think you can keep someone down there?
Oh, probably not.
You think you'd kill him, or you
Yeah,
don't think
he wouldn't have made it to episode 2.
Oh, well, this guy barely did. But how long? You think, like, right away you just get bored and kill him?
Yeah, I don't want to feed him.
I feel like it'd be kind of fun to fuck with him.
I wouldn't want to feed him.
Like, do you think you could do anything like that, Hess?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to be like, oh,
It
hey,
would.
you're in my cage, motherfucker.
Wow.
But see, what changed the whole game was the heroin or the coke, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, you know what it reminded me of? Breaking Bad. When Walt had to go down and feed Crazy 8 and all that stuff.
Oh, I could see that.
It was
I wasn't sure where you were going for a
Not
second, but
exactly, but like there was like,
It's-
oh yeah, I could kind of see
It's
that.
similar, though. I do
Yeah.
get that now. I didn't get that at first.
Like, it's like Breaking Bad, but in New York with a...
But, like, I was like Breaking Bad and Dexter combined.
Yeah, it's Breaking Dexter.
Yeah.
Or Dexter Bad.
Wow.
So the episode opens up with Joe. He's dancing in Beck's apartment. He's all excited. He's looking through her drawers, picking out dresses and stuff for their first date. But it's all just in his head.
Thank God.
Wasn't that fucking... Like, when that started, did you think he was like... It was fake, or were you like, wow, they're moving quick?
Yeah, I just figured it was him thinking.
Really?
Yeah.
I think when we first watched it, I was like, whoa, wow, that was a big jump from the first episode. He's
Really?
stalking her, now he's in the house, but then he's just outside staring in the window like a creep.
It's, he's so creepy to me.
Yeah, he's good at, like, instantly... You'll see a lot more of this later on, believe me. But where he's, like, being calm and nice, and then just, like, poof, I guess you saw it in this episode when he's when he's at the store, and they're like, oh, yeah, the little boy just went to the basement.
And he just
And
dropped
he's
his
like,
shit.
what? And sprinted down there. He's like, don't be stupid, and yelled at them, like, don't go down there. Like,
Yeah.
you'll see a lot more shit like that, where he's good at, like, snapping into, like, his little Dexter mode.
Yeah, well, he had to, or he got caught. Like, he had no choice.
He would have had to kill Paco, probably.
Yeah.
Turn Paco into a taco.
I was going to say, or just train Paco like he was trained.
Could be.
Interesting.
You know?
What do you say? Interesting.
Who trained him?
Well, you said the fucking guy who trained him.
Oh, okay.
So it's on his head, and then he's watching Beck through the window, and he sees her with a little holy shirt. And I know, oh, there was Jesus in her shirt?
No.
No.
I'm surprised he didn't say that.
Wow.
And she gets a brand new phone,
Yeah.
and he's talking about how, like, oh, you probably think your old one's deactivated now, but really, everything's connected to the cloud. So now you can see all her text messages and all that.
That's fucked up.
That's creepy.
Does that drive you nuts? Because those are... The front looks like an Apple phone, like when they're on the thing,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing else looks like an Apple phone.
And I'm sure it's probably because I didn't get the rights, because I've heard Kevin Smith talk about this, where, like, they used iPhones in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. So, like, and then apparently if you use that, they're like, okay, you can use it, but it has to be 100% accurate. So, like, they had, like, I think it was, like, the battery percentage. The font was different, and they made them redo the entire thing because it didn't look exactly how the Apple phones look.
Wow.
So they're like, Jesus Christ, okay. He's like, it was probably almost easier to not do it, but we wanted it to look like a normal iPhone.
Right.
But I was like, wow, they're really, like, that's pretty, like, particular.
Shit like that doesn't bother me. Like, I just don't
I
care.
just know it does
to me, it used to, but I kind of got more like, oh, they just made a generic phone, whatever. In this world, that's what their phones look
What's
like.
funny, so I have to help a lot of people at work with phones,
Mhm.
like when they're doing pictures, and I've gotten to the point, I used to be able to avoid it, but now there's a lot of times where I can't. So anyone with an iPhone, I can just help them, because like, I know what I'm doing. But anything else, it's just like it's the same thing. It's just a little different on each one, and literally all the phones look the same to me if it's not an iPhone. So when someone doesn't have an iPhone, I'm just like, meh, it's just not an It's not an iPhone. So that's why I think it doesn't bother me.
And I don't know how to use it.
I just got my goal.
Is that red light on?
Yes.
Okay.
You got your ball?
Goal.
Goal.
Apparently, I just took a step.
You could get a little wiggle.
Yeah.
What I really do appreciate when they do stuff like that in movies though, like you know how it always bugs me when like their phone's upside down.
I think that's why he brought it up.
Yeah, they're on the phone.
Well, it shouldn't be upside down. That's ridiculous.
Like in Ted, that's annoying. But I was just like I told you the other day, I made Taylor watch John Wick for the first time, and there's a whole scene they're on the phone talking back and forth, and you can see their phones are on, and it says hang up down there, and it's like perfect. I was like, there you go.
But it makes sense.
Can't be that hard to do.
It makes sense in John Wick that it'd be right because they're in tune with the details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like it would never be wrong in Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad.
Yeah, but they've actually said that's part of the reason that they put those in that time period. It's just a flip phone and no one cares. Like I don't know if you've heard that part of the podcast, but in Better Call Saul podcast, Vince Gilligan said he's writing something more modern.
Oh yeah,
and he was like, and it's fucking
sense.
annoying. You got to put modern cars in there. You got to have them have iPhones. The internet's now available.
Yeah,
he's like, it makes it a lot more annoying. I miss writing Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
and like, well, just go write more Breaking Bad. No one cares about what you're writing now. More Breaking Bad.
I bet it's good.
I bet it's amazing. Probably the best thing we've ever read. But so yeah, she has a new iPhone, and then Joe shows up to the shop, and Paco's there waiting for him again. Fucking Paco has no life. Apparently, doesn't go to school. All he does is read and wait for Joe.
Yeah, and I was gonna say maybe it's summertime, but she's in school, so
Yeah, what the fuck's this kid doing?
he's ditching.
All he does is. You know what Taylor said when we were watching this? She goes, "I aspire to be Paco."
Probably
because he reads so much and like he gets a because she'll get a book, she'll read like
a shot.
And oh god, I thank God we're not doing that anymore. I remember the first time he said that, I was like, oh no, because he almost made it to the end without hiccuping. But she'll get like halfway through the book and be like, oh, I got a new book, let me just read that now. So she's nothing like Paco.
I mean, she can get a book, you know what I mean? Like,
what?
She can get as many books as she wants.
Yeah, but she doesn't read him like he does.
Yeah, I got you.
Anybody can get books. It's the reading them that's the hard part, right?
Yeah. Especially when you can't read.
That's tough.
Taylor doesn't know how to read?
No, I was making a joke about myself.
I know. She's tutoring people. She can't even fucking read.
That'd be funny. That'd be kind of funny to see. But Joe gives him Frankenstein and tells him that the monster is really cool in it, but he's not really the monster. And I was like, I wonder why he's saying that.
I have no idea.
They brought that up a lot. What's funny is me and Taylor have never thought about that in the show. When he gets, he's like, he's giving Frankenstein, whatever. Did that go over your head too?
Yeah.
But he's thinking, and then like they go on later on. I wrote down when they do it again. Oh, I said right here. He describes Frankenstein, and he's basically describing the show when he describes it later on. He's like, yeah, you get to see like the bad guy's perspective and all that. And is this guy?
Oh, that's when he's reading the Stephen King book. Yeah.
No, he's still reading Frankenstein.
I thought he was talking about Stephen King.
He was describing it to that, and I think Joe brings up Stephen King or something.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, that's funny that they're totally like doing that, and then Taylor's like, I wonder like who they're considering the bad guy to be then. Like Taylor's like, is it the old man or is it like society? Like who are they saying is the bad person? You know?
I pictured it was Joe.
Yeah.
Well, but they're saying he's not the bad guy though, because he's the monster, but he's not really the monster.
No, in his eyes, he's not the bad guy.
Yeah, so we were saying in his eyes, who is the bad guy then?
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Is it people like Benji? Like what is it? You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody in his way?
I guess
Who
so.
the fuck
Yeah.
names their fucking kid Benji?
Yeah.
Well, it's Benjamin.
Benjamin. I feel like if your name is Benji or Benjamin, you better do some good shit. You know?
But
what
you
I mean?
go by Ben. You don't go by Benji.
Benji.
No, make artisanal sodas.
Yeah.
That he can't even fucking taste.
That's funny.
I knew they were gonna be the same.
Yeah, I don't know how he didn't. Like that's like the tip. Like you would do that. Like I'll just give them all three the same. Because then no matter what, he's probably gonna be wrong. Like I feel like that makes him more
he
likely.
could have literally just been right.
Yeah, but he's so like, oh no, man.
You know what I thought when he's like, I need a palate cleanser. I was like, oh my god,
Loved it.
Yeah, I was
that
like,
reminded me of Pass.
I could see that.
Like,
I could see
oh,
that.
can I get a palate cleanser, please?
You got 3 shots lined up. He's like, all right, you gotta do those 3 shots. You lost. And he's like, can I get something to wash it down?
Absolutely not.
But yeah, he takes the first drink, and I was like, he should just poison his ass. And then,
Well, he didn't poison him. He just gave him something that is.
yeah, I thought he
bad
did
for his body.
actually.
I actually remembered him poisoning it, and then I was like, oh no, he just gives him peanut oil. So what was it? Oh yeah, so then Joe goes and checks on Benji and gives him a bagel, and he's like, I can't eat that. I don't eat gluten.
Look, man, if you stopped eating gluten, you'd feel way fucking better all day.
Yeah,
It's a real allergy.
that was so stupid.
This would be the most annoying guy you could hold
Yeah,
hostage.
that's why he wouldn't have made it past episode 1 for me.
Like, Crazy 8 wasn't like, complaining when he...
he didn't want crust.
Yeah, but he was like... And then, like, he just ripped it off. He wasn't like...
He did
hey,
have to poop in a bucket, though.
Yeah. I just watched a movie recently with Taylor. It's called 13 Cameras.
Mhm.
And this guy he would sell people this house, and then he'd have 13 cameras hidden inside. And then in the sequel, he puts on one more. He got 14 cameras. But he's like watching them the whole time, and like this guy's cheating on his wife, and so he takes the guy's girlfriend and locks him in their own basement, and has her hidden down there, and she's pooping in a bucket, and those be outside like hosing it out and gagging and shit. But at the end of the movie, like the main wife there, she survives and she's pregnant, so he like keeps her hidden in the house and like raises her child. But he's out hosing off her shit bucket, and like the neighbor upstairs is like, oh hey, can you come fix my toilet later? And he's like, oh yeah, sure. But just like hosing out her shit bucket casually.
Yuck.
That'd be the part that I couldn't do. Like, if I'm gonna hold someone hostage, you're gonna have a toilet. Because I can't be hosed. I remember when I had to do that with Damien, because they gave us that weird ass toilet, and I threw up while I was pouring his shit out into the toilet.
You've come a long way in your life.
God.
He went from breaking in the diaper genies to now he can't even look at poop.
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
So then he
It's like you went backwards.
but then he brings up Benji's drugs, and then Benji starts recognizing him.
Yeah, I like that. Because I thought it was stupid he didn't recognize him. Because it was literally the night before.
Yeah, I brought that up last podcast.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey, I recognize you. You're like Jack. Or
You're Jimmy
Joe.
Simpson.
Yeah.
I like the way they did it, too. He's, like, saying his name, and then, like, he remembers it. And
Yeah, you see like a little flash
he,
of
like,
it.
says he's Joe!
But yeah, he
And
finally...
then he's like, oh, now I gotta kill you.
Taylor said that moment always... Any moment like that in shows, it happens a lot with this guy. He just kind of talks himself into more trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds her in Barry when the friend's talking and talking.
Oh, in season 1?
Yeah, and he's just talking and talking and talking, and then you realize that, oh, fuck, he's talking to himself, he's gonna die. And then he realizes it.
Yeah, except that was done, like, the best way possible.
Yeah. Because even you're like, oh, no, dude, shut up. 'Cause you actually like the
Like,
guy.
you didn't need the flashback or anything
Benji,
on
you're
that
like, hey, you can just die.
Yeah.
So he recognizes Joe, and then Joe goes back to... Oh, no, Joe and Beck go on their first date, but it's interrupted by a call from Peach, and it's about Benji. And Joe's probably thinking, oh, fuck, I ruined my own day. I thought I got rid of this guy. Because
it wasn't much of a date.
I mean, they were hanging out.
Yeah.
They finished it later off, and it goes good for him.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, what would you rather them do? Like, go see a movie or something? That didn't born for a show. They gotta walk down the street and talk.
Well, I mean, that's what they did. They walked down, up, gotta go.
You don't know what they did beforehand.
Yeah, I do.
I didn't know you were gonna be so fucking judgy on their dates.
Oh, well,
You're criticizing them. You're like, well, Joe, you've taken her out for the first time you've been stalking her, and you walk down the street with her?
Yeah, I'm judgy.
So Joe goes back to Benji now, and he's quizzing him on all the books he read. This is where I would have failed.
Yeah.
He starts, what'd you read? I'm like, I read a Batman book. I read John Dies at the end. Does that count?
And I like how he said, just give me a stupid book and I'll read it right now.
And I was like,
Well, I mean, he just wants to survive. He just wants to live.
yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't say, "Hey, man, I'll suck your dick. Like, I'll eat your ass. Whatever the fuck you want me to do." I mean, you just want to live.
It's funny where you guys would go. He wanted to read a book. You want to eat his ass.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm just imagining Hess has been held hostage, and the guy's like,
suck
read
your
a
dick,
book,
I'll
and
eat your ass.
Hess is like, I'll suck your dick, I'll eat your ass. And he's like, I'm just asking you to read.
Have you read a book? It's got nothing to do with fellatio.
If you're saying Nick had
Here we go.
you held hostage in his bedroom, he had like a sex dungeon, you know. He has.
What do you mean if?
He has you chained to a wall, you're butt naked, and he's like, "All right, Hess, I will let you go, but you have to eat my ass and suck my dick." Would you do it? Would you do it? He'll let you live.
Just let me die.
You wouldn't eat Nick's ass or suck his dick? If it was a stranger, would you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's just because you don't want to ruin your guys' friendship. Because every time you play Warzone, Nick would be like, "I'm pushing," and then you remember him like jamming it in your mouth.
Wow. I've never said I'm pushing.
Yeah, no, until you're inside Hess, you won't.
Very, very interesting questions you come up with.
Why
would I chain him up naked in a bedroom?
Because you want him to eat your ass. You heard him say it on here, and you're like, oh, that sounds interesting.
Mm.
Let me wiggle it up in Hess's mouth.
Next.
Yeah, I was going to say, moving on.
Yeah, you guys are fucking fun.
I would like to play Warzone at some point.
Oh, I'm sorry. Doing a podcast we do every week is getting in the way of your video games.
I just don't want to talk about sucking dick and eating ass
Hey, you brought it up.
anymore.
You did bring it up.
I wouldn't have that wouldn't have been on this podcast at all. But then you offered to eat
You
Joe's
went from
ass.
reading a book to eating ass.
Yeah, I know. Moving on.
So then...
If Jerome would have brought it up somehow anyways. He always talks about ass. And
Probably, but in fairness, you brought it up.
I didn't have that planned. So then he asks for his phone password, and then Benji ends up giving it to him, and then afterwards he passes out, and Joe plants a bra, takes a pic, and uploads it to Instagram. I thought that was pretty clever.
I liked how he kept posting. He's like, "Oh wait, Benji needs to tweet," and he like,
Yeah, he was at the party, and he was like,
What does he say? Like, my favorite sport is freebasing?
yeah, and it's like,
I was like, what?
Yeah, that's weird.
He's just casually walking through the place doing that.
Do you think his parents were like, "What is wrong with Benji?"
His parents already gave up on him a long time
Yeah, I
ago,
don't think
feel
they care about him. Yeah, for sure.
They think they want him.
They named him Benji.
Do you think they want him freebasing and then fucking tweeting about it?
Benji Button.
Like I said, I don't think they care. So Beck's friends try to talk her into banging her professor, which I thought was a little weird. The one girl's like, yeah, I banged my English teacher or whatever.
The two, right? And then the third one didn't?
And then I think it was Peach. That was because Peach seemed to be likes her a little more.
She didn't seem to care too much, though.
Yeah, she was like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it.
And then she's like, anyways, I have a party.
Yeah, my parents are divorced and I have a party. You guys are coming? I do this every year.
Yeah, I forgot.
Which,
I'll be there.
Isn't that a weird thing to celebrate, though?
Yeah.
Not as
It's
weird as
to
that.
keep her mind off of it.
Oh, her parents have been divorced for a long time. It seems like fucking
It's a
get
fucking
over
excuse. It's a fucking excuse to have a fucking party.
Yeah, she's just, hey, it's Sunday. I want to get drunk and have a party.
Yeah.
Come over.
She's an adult. She could do it whenever the fuck she wants.
Sometimes, though, like, you do it the first time, then it just becomes
And it's just like
thing.
tradition.
Yeah.
I guess it could be something like that. It just seemed weird the way she threw it out there.
No, it was very odd.
So Benji's trying to talk Joe into thinking Beck is going to bang her professor. What do you think about him this whole episode? He was like...
He was in his head, totally.
Yeah, she's not who she says she is, blah, 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 blah.
It made me second guess her.
And it was working a bit. Like, he was like, she's got red lipstick on, she's going out to see him, blah, blah, like... She's going to bring you to the party just to show you off. Like, a lot of the stuff was lining up, and then it kind of was like, oh, no, he's wrong.
What do you say? She's taking you so she can add layers or something like that.
Mm-hmm. She's like an onion.
Onions have layers.
This dude is a quake.
But he was...
Quack.
Or Quake.
I like Quake
He was
better.
shaking a little bit.
I'm a decent video
He's like
game.
a 5.6 on the Richter scale.
That was good.
But he was a little right.
I mean, not really, though.
And he got it in his head, too. And I think that's
He
what
got the
he's
red
trying-
lipstick, right?
But I think also him doing that got him killed more. If he would have just shut his mouth and not said any of that.
I mean,
Yeah, but
because it turned out to
I
be
don't think it
wrong.
would have mattered in the
I don't.
end.
At no point did I not think he was not going to kill Benji.
Oh, I did. Because he hasn't killed anybody beforehand, so, like, why...
That's what he says. Do you believe that?
I mean, yeah, because I know for a fact he hasn't.
Oh, that's the first person he ever killed?
As far as we know, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he killed his girlfriend.
Well, there's more to his past, but as far as the show lets you know...
Oh, okay.
This is the first person he's killed.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're saying she's a banger professor, and then, which I thought this was weird. When she went on the date with him and Joe watches at the bar, did you guys notice he wasn't wearing his hat? He was just kind of sitting there normal, which I was like, one look over his shoulder, or her shoulder.
Yeah.
She could have been like, Joe?
He's like invisible.
Pretty much, but like I was like, surprised that, because even when she calls him, she hears it, she's like, why, his phone's ringing?
Yeah, that was funny. But I mean, it's dark in bars too, so you're not going to notice everybody.
Yeah. But the professor tries to touch her, she jumps out of her seat, and then he releases her from the TA position, and she calls Joe so they could finish their date.
Yeah, so he's sloppy seconds.
That was a weird scene. He does it. He's like, "Oh, you're leading me on. Your dress is so. What do you say? It's like so sheer I could see your nipples."
Yeah, next time hide your tits.
Yeah, we're like, Jesus fucking
That's
Christ.
what he said to
man.
us last podcast.
Yeah, no.
He's always trying to
Wearing
flash his titties to us.
What were you
wearing
gonna say?
that lace fucking thong.
Can you imagine one day we did the podcast, he's just in like a lacy dress and he's like, "Hey guys,"
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
but
I
he's not
can.
he's not being Whitney Ann. He's just
Oh,
being
just being
yeah.
I think he was actually gonna say something about the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like how he like runs out of the bar and he's like, "Yeah, I'll be there in 15 minutes."
Yeah. What do you think he did for those 15
He's
minutes?
like right out.
He just
front.
stood
God
at, like,
only
Circle K
knows.
Well, it'd be a little weird if he just walked in, and then he didn't ask where she was or anything.
Yeah, well,
No.
she mentioned about the professor, and he's like, "Oh, Clay, you don't want to talk about it that much." But like, he already knew everything. So he's like, "Oh,
But
really?"
she's like, "Where are you?" And she like said like an area. She didn't. It's not like she said, "I'm at Cheers."
Yeah,
Maybe she texted him, and he walked in, and
I'm
they were like,
in,
"Norm."
I'm like, "I'm at Monkey
I think-
Goo's."
I'm in the village. I'm in the village right now.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. How he did just find her.
Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
Every alarm on the planet is going off over there.
My phone's gonna ring here shortly. Just an FYI.
Don't call me shortly.
So Paco's describing Frankenstein, and he kind of describes the show, and then Ethan tells Joe that Paco took the key and was heading off to the basement, and then Joe turns into a psychopath, drops his book, sprints down there, and grabs Paco before he finds Benji.
Don't go in there.
Yeah.
He had to.
Yeah, and when I watched this originally, I was like, oh boy, we've been seeing this kid a lot. Something bad's gonna happen, isn't it?
BRB.
This has gone to business meeting.
A few moments later.
At all, did you think that Paco was gonna get got or anything when he said he was down there?
No, I figured he'd grab him before. But I did think, that'd be interesting if he finds him. How will we explain this out or something?
I feel like just
I thought
fuck
more.
you, kid.
Oh, really? See, I thought more that he would let him into his little stuff more than.
Little secret time.
Yeah. You know how you have secret time with your kids around your neighborhood?
Yeah, I don't kind of want to get into Hess's secret time.
It's like secret time. Hey, big boy.
Yeah. Peach gives Beck a check for rent. What do you think about that?
Take that shit.
That's what. And
Yeah.
at the end, she gets her job back. And I'm like, I'd go split that shit.
Yeah.
Go get like some lacy
She ain't
underwear.
gonna miss it.
Yeah, and I know she like doesn't want to take Peach's money because then she'd be like Phil's in debt to her. Blah blah. But
Yep.
fuck her. Who cares? Take her money.
Yeah, she should.
And I'm like, I didn't get the TA position back. I had to use your cash.
Yeah, I had to
I
blow
feel like
him
she
again.
wouldn't even care honestly if she did get the money or got.
She
get the
probably
job.
doesn't. Like, I was thinking to myself, like, I'll just rip up her check. I was like, that would throw most people's accounts off because, like, you'd expect the check to clear, but, like, she probably won't even fucking notice it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So Joe tests Benji on the soda, and if he gets it right, he's allowed to leave.
I honestly
Now,
thought
do you think if he did get it right and he goes, "Oh, that one's mine," or like say, or if he really was real good at his job and he said all three are mine, do you think he would have let him leave?
No.
I don't.
I don't either. But it would have been interesting.
I honestly thought he was going to poison him because he'd given him food. He had done everything, and he's just like it. And I was like, oh, is this how he's going to kill
See,
him?
I don't think he ever. I think he intended on letting him leave, and was gonna do all that until he saw that video, and then he was like, "All right, well, I'll kill him now."
Yeah, maybe. I never thought he was going to leave, but
Benji again tries talking Joe into thinking that Beck is bad, and that's when he's telling her about the party and all that. And she's just showing you off. And then we see when they get to the door and she like lets go of his hand and all that.
yeah.
Should have just grabbed it back and be like, "Bitch, we're here together."
Wow.
Just completely snap on her. But Beck and Joe show up to Peach's party, and I like this a lot. That Peach refuses to call him Joe, and she keeps calling him Joseph.
Yeah. You're blowing up.
He put out a dick pic earlier, so everyone's like, "Hey, nice dick.
Oh, wow.
How's it hanging, Ass?"
I have a story about a dick pic.
Oh, okay.
I think I told you when we were playing Warzone.
Oh, what?
Abby's like friend.
Yeah, and she asked if you wanted to see it,
Talk-
and
yeah,
you were like,
talking.
"Fuck yeah, I want to see it."
You're like, yeah.
Put it on the
Show me that
refrigerator.
dick. I'll send it to Nick. He'll make a canvas.
Oh, you should talk to
You
him.
put it up in Jerome's wall.
Yeah,
It'll be right there for
blur it out every week.
next to Randy Ramley.
That would be goddamn hilarious.
But did you guys like it that she kept calling him Joseph?
I like that she was questioning it. She was kind of on him a little bit. She's like, "Oh, so you just happened to show up there? That's interesting."
What's funny about like the show too is normally you'd be like, "Oh, cool, someone's catching on the bad guy," but I'm like, "Fuck off, Peach. I don't like you. Get out of his business."
Really?
Yeah, I hate her like this whole show.
I mean, I don't know her well enough to hate her yet. I don't like her necessarily, but I don't hate her yet. So, I thought it was just Another person
She has,
that
she has her own agenda, for sure.
That's
Yeah.
two people that have been like, you're weird,
Yeah.
you know?
And like she's like, oh, it's a good thing you saved her life earlier, But so she steals Beck, and then Joe starts snooping around her house, and he finds her book collection, and then Peach finds Joe and starts questioning how he saved Beck. So then he steals one of her Wizard of Oz books.
That was a dumb move.
Why?
There's a big hole there. Like, isn't that gonna?
I thought it was pretty funny. I was yeah, fucking steal her books, because she had the whole collection too.
And
She
then-
had all like 10 books, whatever there is.
But his whole thing is to turn her friends against her.
Oh, you
So
think
I
so?
think, yeah, I do. He
That's
wants her all to himself.
Oh.
See, I don't think I don't necessarily think that's the case. I mean, I don't remember a lot of what goes on in this season, so we'll see. But I don't think I ever.
If that's the
interpreted
case,
that.
this is the first thing he's done to do it. Because he hasn't even talked to the other two hardly.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
Not yet.
I don't remember much, but that could be the case. I just don't remember that being the case.
I just thought it was odd, just like he literally brought it up in front of her,
yeah.
and then he steals it. So like she knows he's the one that took it.
Yeah.
If she notices, which she may not.
he dropped the book in front of her.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, look at all these books," and not the book,
yeah,
but
he
all
did-
the books.
Yeah.
And
I
he
mean, that's not necessarily pointing out Wizard of Oz, though.
no, but it's. I mean, it's bringing attention to something, to an area where something's missing, and he was in there, and he's the book guy.
Yeah. But as they're leaving, one of Candace's friends recognizes Joe and says, Joe, and he talks about how she's with a guy in Rome now, and the girl's like, yeah, it's so weird how she just left so suddenly. And then Beck's like, hey, our Uber's here, let's get out of here.
Yeah,
And she's like, I feel like that needed to
I
end.
needed to hear the rest of that.
Oh, you'll hear more about that.
I figured.
But yeah, I like that, because it's just more and more weird shit coming up with him that Beck doesn't see.
Yeah, I like to know where that goes. To me, I felt like either she ran away from his crazy ass or he did something with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like do you know what?
Yes, I know the full.
Oh,
I know the
okay.
full story.
Okay.
Where was I? Oh, right here. So, Joe gets home and Paco's mom is in another fight. So Joe gives him Peach's Wizard of Oz book, and then he's like, "Well, I can't bring this inside because fucking dildo dick in there is gonna fucking ruin it." So he tells him how to hide it in the ceiling. He's like, "Push the little Tayo." Puts that up there, teaches him a very specific way, and we get to see that come back later on in the episode too.
You do.
And then Benji confesses his deepest, darkest secret, and him and his friends were fucking with this dude in the pool and accidentally drowned him.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
It's weird that he would keep one of them.
Keep the video of it?
Yeah.
Well, Joe said it was for, like, blackmailing his friends.
Yeah, but that's still fucking odd.
I mean, it's odd that you drown a guy in a pool, so I
yeah, and
feel
then
like...
I'm gonna keep that just in case.
Well, one of your friends is like, hey, I don't want to do you a favor. And you're like, oh, you don't?
Yeah,
I got video proof of
Let's
you.
go make some soda.
Yeah.
No, that seems like a dumb idea. No, we'll make the soda.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It'd work. So then Beck gives Joe a thank you donut, and they have their first kiss. Wasn't that sweet?
Ah,
Reminded me of you and
Just
Hess's first
adorable.
kiss. You went to his house, you brought him a donut, and then you guys smooshed for like a half hour.
yeah, it was a long john.
Mm-hmm. And then he pulled out his long john.
Yep.
And then Joe gives Benji a coffee exactly the way he likes it, except maybe a little peanut oil. And then now Benji's dead.
It was a maple almond latte.
Maple almond latte. 2 stevia. 2 tablespoons of peanut oil.
And he's allergic to peanuts, so I'm assuming he's allergic to almonds too. Because it's a nut.
Oh.
I don't know.
You would think.
I would. Yeah, I don't
but
know.
he's the one that said maple almond,
Yeah,
right?
it's weird. I was just thinking, it's weird that he would. It must
Maybe
not.
it's
It
just
must
a-
not be the same then. If he asked for that drink.
Yeah, maybe it's just a flavor.
Yeah.
So does a maple almond coffee taste like maple syrup?
I don't
Tastes
know.
like maple and almond, yeah.
I've never had one, so
It's
I don't know.
disgusting.
Why?
This is come on, like
I don't. That sounds
We
horrible.
still got to do that where we take you to Starbucks and
yeah, get you a
Fuck
bunch of
off.
different drinks.
Ugh,
fuck off.
that sounds horrible.
I still
That'd
want
be the point
yeah.
though. It wouldn't be fun if you're going. That's yummy. That's yummy.
But
Why-
you
I
might
wouldn't-
like
people
it.
would want to see
What
be
if
like,
you
what the
did?
fuck is this? Because they might like the coffee you're drinking, and you're like,
What if
this
you?
tastes like
what if you-
asshole.
What if there was something you found you liked?
That's true.
Yeah, there might be. It'd be like you doing anal.
Wow.
How do you know he hasn't done anal like
Good
that?
point.
I saw a tweet today.
Speaking
It
of
said, "Is anal squirting a real thing, or did this bitch just shit all over me?" Random as shit. just on my fucking timeline.
Who do you follow?
It was someone that I followed that liked it, so it showed up on my shit. But I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Wow.
It made me think of a certain someone.
That guy. So after he kills him, he goes home and puts his phone in the ceiling, and that's the end of the episode.
I kind of expected them to show like something else up in the ceiling, but obviously I was wrong.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's too early to show you any other secrets of him.
It's a slow reveal, you know? They're playing the long game here.
This episode I didn't like as much as the first one.
Really?
Oh, that's disappointing. I liked it. It flew by.
I didn't.
felt like
I
it was
did
10
not
minutes
like
long.
it. I just thought the first one was a lot better.
Mm-hmm. That kind of worries me for the rest of the season.
Really? You shouldn't be worried.
I'm saying it's a lot more like this. I feel like it's more like this than the first episode. I feel like.
Oh, well, maybe you should be worried then.
But I don't know.
But it's not like I didn't like it. And I liked how there was something. It's just I felt like nothing was really happening, and then something happened at the end. So like, it was kind of the same. It's weird because I kind of don't know where. Like, he's watching her, but now he has her. So it's weird where it's gonna go. So I'm interested.
He doesn't have her yet. By the way, they're not. I don't think like they're like dating. Like they're together for good. Yeah, how you think yet? Like I think he's still like. So they kiss at the end of this, but I think it's still like early stages for a while.
Okay.
So I don't think he like for sure has her yet. Any last things you want to say about you?
No. I did like the episode. I just not as much as the first one.
Okay.
I don't know.
I like them all about the same, honestly.
Well, maybe if it's
To me, every episode is just as good as the last. That's why I love season 2. It just flew by for me.
It did.
So
I thought it lulled a little bit.
Season
in the
2?
middle.
Oh, I loved the whole thing.
But then when it got to a certain point, it was just like fucking warp speed.
Yeah, but I really, really enjoy the show.
I mean, there wasn't. You make me feel bad because like.
No, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. It surprised me because I think the episodes only get better.
I think if there wasn't the thing with Benji at the end, I may not have enjoyed it as much. And I don't expect something like that to happen every episode, but like, it was. I don't know. But it'll be interesting to watch the next one.
There's a lot of things they are teasing. Like they have to have episodes like this so that if something happens, you care. Otherwise, you know what I mean. Like
oh yeah,
it's
for
just
sure.
Pointless shit happening.
Yeah.
But that's why I think it only gets better and better because like stuff's mentioned in this that happened that like I was like oh shit they mentioned that here so that way in the finale you remember that this happened. That like I've never really remembered that before. So that's why I enjoyed these ones rewatching it too because like oh like the Frankenstein thing like I never even caught that the first time because like I'm just watching the show.
I was a little worried you're just making me watch it because of who the producer is.
That's how Taylor got me to watch it. She's like, it's Greg Berlanti. You know, he makes Flash and Arrow. And I was like, oh, really?
Yeah, every time that pops up, I'm like, Jerome hasn't mentioned that yet, and I know he knows.
Well, I mentioned that to you 2 years ago when we tried to make you watch it.
This son of a bitch.
It just didn't work then. I should have told you he likes the Rams or something, and then you would have watched it.
Sometimes I don't listen to you.
I think 24/7 you don't listen to me. And I know you're about to say what, so we'll just wrap this fucking show up.
Huh?
Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe. Go check out our other videos. Me and Taylor just put out a podcast where we had 1 hour to make a horror movie.
Someone liked it a lot.
It was pretty fun.
Dude commented 4 times.
Yeah, he was even giving us suggestions for the end credit scene. So now we have to cast Tom Holland and all the other Zendaya, everybody from the movie. Got to get the rights to Freddy and Jason, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Chucky.
Can I have a cameo in there?
Yeah, sure. Would you want to die, or do you want to just be in the movie?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
There's a scene in the movie where Zendaya is getting chainsawed from here down in half from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's pretty graphic. We said it's rated R, and there's also a scene where Santa Claus snaps a kid's neck and throws him at his sister, or throws his sister at the brother.
Jesus.
We made it very graphic. But
maybe you two shouldn't be in the same room
It's
together.
pretty fun trying to make a horror movie.
They watch all these shitty horror movies, and then they're going to make their own.
Yeah.
Hey.
It was an interesting idea.
It doesn't take a big budget to make a fucking horror movie.
Yeah,
it does. We put Tom Holland and Zendaya in it.
Yeah, we made it a little expensive within that area. Yeah. But that was a lot of fun, so go check that out. Check out our other videos, and we'll see you guys next week for episode 3. I believe it's called Maybe.